So you've been with someone for a little while, and you're starting to wonder, are they the one? Are they that special person that you're meant to be with? Well, today I'm going to give you 5 traits and characteristics to look for, where if each of these characteristics exist in your relationship and with that person, you're with the one. You can stop looking. The search is over. You found them. Now, to set the stage and to put you in the right mindset when you start to look at your partner and we go through these characteristics, we have to address 2 problems. There's 2 huge hurdles that's created in today's society that we have to get rid of so you're in the right headspace to think about this rationally and look at that person objectively without any sort of biases or preconceived notions. And the first is the image of love and the idea of the one that Hollywood and music and TV has given us. Since we were a kid, we've been watching television shows, or we've been listening to songs, or we've been watching movies where there's a romantic couple, and Hollywood makes us think that there's only one image of love. There's only one way being with the one should look like, and that's usually very passionate kiss, holding hands and walking on the beach, dying if you're not with that other person. Well, you know what? What Hollywood is showing us is a brief slice of time, a very small point in the existence of some relationships for some people. Then those relationships cool off and they mature and develop into a sustainable long-term relationship. The second problem is the paradox of choice, or as I like to call it, analysis paralysis. Dating used to go like this. You were in a small village, a local isolated group of people were around you, and you'd have maybe 2 to a dozen potential partners to choose from. You'd find that person and you'd spend the rest of your life with them and just make it work. Now, the problem is the exact opposite. We have so many people to choose from. We have not hundreds, not thousands or tens of thousands, but with online dating apps and internet communications, we have millions of people around the world that we can contact if we try hard enough. And that gives us too much choice. When you have so many options to select from, that creates anxiety. When you may have found the right person, you're with someone and things are going well, you keep thinking past them. You keep wondering what else is out there and around the corner, when instead you should be just focusing on who you're with right now. So the first characteristic to look for, one of the things that has to be present in the one is unconditional support. They have to be your biggest fan. They have to have your back. They want you to succeed in your goals and dreams, and will do almost anything to help make that come about. When you strive for your dreams and you have ambition and you reach towards those ambitions, if you can achieve your goals and if you can enrich yourself, you become happy, which makes them happy. Therefore, they want nothing but the best, and they want you to succeed and to go after everything in life that you want to have. So when you're with someone and all they want is the best for you, and they encourage you to go out and seek your goals, and when you share with them your dreams and your ambitions, and you get positive feedback and support from them, that's one of the characteristics. That is so important. Okay, number 2, they are with you at all times. They're there for your highs, they're there for your lows. They've seen you at your worst. Your soulmate will want to be with you no matter what happens. They'll be there thick and thin. They will be there when you get that promotion and help you celebrate. They will be there when you're mourning the loss of a loved one or are going through a depression. They will be by your side. They will always want to be with you. They are your rock. They're there for you no matter what. They are by your side because they want to take that journey through life with you. That's what you want in a partner. You want someone that's going to be there with you every step of the way. Number 3, and this, without a doubt, is the most important characteristic to have in a relationship. Your partner has to have this, and that is trust. Has that person earned your trust? Have they behaved themselves in a way over time where you know you can trust them? Now, trust is one of the most rare qualities to have in a partner, and oh my goodness, if this is present, if you know you can trust your partner, I can't say enough about how much that means. Number 4, this is a very simple question, and this is incredibly easy. Do you feel comfortable around them? When you're with that person, are you happy? Do you feel at ease? Are things amiable? That's very important. You don't want to be with someone that causes you stress. You don't want to be with someone that's going to cause you a lot of anxiety or just keep you on your toes when you guys are together. A healthy long-term relationship is filled with calm, quiet moments of togetherness where it's two friends sitting by each other, sometimes without having to say anything. In fact, quite often without having to talk to each other. But if you're with someone and you feel anxiety or stress, you're not calm, you're not comfortable. That's a big red flag. So how do you check for this? Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, do you feel connected to that person? Our hearts were made to find connections. It happens naturally, and it happens on a subconscious level. If we're meant to be with someone, we will form a connection with them whether or not we're trying. It's just gonna happen. 2nd, does it feel like you guys have been together longer than you actually have? So if you've been with each other for only 6 months or a year or 2 years, does it feel like you've been together longer? Does it feel like you've been together for 3 years, 5 years, even longer than that? 3rd, can you imagine your life without that person? If you sit back and imagine yourself a week or a year down the road, is that person part of your dreams, part of how you believe your existence will be? Do you see them with you when you think about the future? If so, that's another good sign. But we have one more characteristic to check out, and this is big. This is going to come up in all relationships, and it is arguments. Every couple is going to argue, and it has to happen. If you guys have been together for any amount of time and you haven't argued, there's a problem. Something is wrong. In fact, science and research has shown that couples who argue have a happier relationship than couples who try to sweep things under the rug or just ignore problems when they come up. So arguments are healthy. The key is how and what are the arguments about? In other words, how do they take shape and what are they about? If your arguments are actually heated discussions about overcoming problems to further your relationship, in other words, to help you guys continue to be on the same track, that's the type of argument that a soulmate is going to have with you. If either of you are fighting to win, in other words, you have your own personal view, they have their own personal view, and all you want to do is prove the other person wrong, that's not a healthy argument. If you guys primarily have healthy arguments where you're trying to overcome obstacles so the two of you can continue to be together and your relationship can develop, that's a soulmate. Now, if you said yes to all 5 of these characteristics, stop right now. You're never going to find someone that you're more compatible with on a fundamental level. Everything beyond what we've discussed here is negotiable, compromisable, or you can agree to disagree. Remember, our relationship is in fact a compromise. We've placed the huge boulders to create the foundation of a wonderful long-term relationship here with just these 5 characteristics. So hold on to that person. If you said yes to all of them, they're your soulmate. They really are. Now that you've found that soulmate, now that you're with that person, it's time to fine-tune it and time to improve your relationship. And one of the places I recommend starting is learning how to communicate with your partner. And here's a video I made on learning how to communicate with that person that you're with to further both of you in your relationship. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Please hit subscribe so I can continue to bring you more content and more tips on long-term relationships. And remember, that video on communication, I believe communication is one of the most important things in a long-term relationship. So please watch that, and that's gonna help take you guys to the next level.